The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business?
Good afternoon and welcome to the Business Zone. It's Friday afternoon, July 26th. We're already 7 months into the year and really actually 8. We got another week and it'll be August. Welcome, guys, to the show with the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. I'm here today. Gilbert had a client today, so he won't be in. But welcome. I have had an incredible day and actually week, last 3 weeks actually. Every summer I teach a business class to kids, and we usually reach out to about 50 kids. We have 2 sessions and we have 25 kids per session, and they come up with these amazing ideas. I help them develop that idea, that concept into an actual business idea, and then we work through all the dynamics that it takes to create a business. And we do this in 3 weeks. They're in class from 9 a.m. to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They create a business plan. Then from that business plan, they actually put together and produce and create a pitch deck. And then at the end of the 3 weeks, they are competing amongst each other for a grand prize of $750. Second prize is $500. And the third prize is $350. So today, our kids all graduated and they pitched their business, and it was so awesome. I am so proud of these kids. This was kind of a different group. I was just saying this morning when we were at the graduation, this was a very cerebral group of children, and they did a lot of thinking. They probably thought too much, and it took them a little longer to get to their idea or really mapping out the idea. But I want to say this afternoon at the graduation, it was absolutely awesome. Our kid, the child that won, he is creating a business that's video games. And he had told me when he first came to class that he was being forced to come to this camp. So he was coming and he was just going to acquire knowledge. He wasn't looking to start a business. He was going to work for somebody, but he really loved the video gaming industry. So as he kept moving and kept researching, he realized that he was really passionate about it. So today, he just put on an amazing performance, and I am so proud of him. His parents were like, wow, who is this kid? And he just showed out today. So he won the first prize. Name is Dallas, and I am just pleased. His business is called Black Video Games, or Black Box Video Games, I think it's called. And so he was really excited. And our second prize winner is Mr. Christopher Jenkins. And Christopher, his business was... a young lady that was creating scrunchies. She created. She was the second place winner, and so she hand makes her scrunchies. She sold about 40 of them. At a sale day that we had, she was really, really excited, and so she won today. And then Mr. Christopher Jenkins, he's creating an art experience. With actually social conscious art. His art will talk about injustices with the Black community. And so his mom was also proud. His mother's name is Victoria Jenkins and Woods. And she has been a student of mine. And so she was so proud of her baby. And Christopher was a surprise because Christopher actually was the quietest one in my class. I was teasing him that he probably said 6.5 words throughout the whole entire 3 weeks, and there you go, he won. So I am proud of all the kids. We will have them on the show shortly. Some great ideas. One young lady, I really want to be her mentor. She wants to create a STEM kits, so to encourage and inspire young people to get involved with science, math, and engineering. And so she had well thought out, did her research. I'm so proud of her as well, Natalia. She did an excellent job. Actually, they all did an excellent job. This is one of the things that make me very proud about the stuff that I do. I've been teaching individuals how to run businesses probably for the last 30 plus years, but the rewards that I get from teaching the kids, the rewards that I see when their parents see their kids get up and present and talk about numbers and marketing and branding and social responsibility, and having had identified some of the issues and wanting to create businesses that serve those issues is just such a rewarding experience. And in our community, or in today's society, we need to be creating as many young people who have a desire, and even if they don't, planting the seed to teach them how to do business and how to have their own business, because that will be the future of our world. You have to have businesses in order to create an economic flow, an influx of money. So whatever we're doing in the capacities that we're doing it in, especially those of us that are educators and trainers and teachers, we need to be thinking, how are we going to change the landscape in our community and create a fluid flow of new income coming in is important, because there's so many things going on that's something that we all should be thinking about for our future. So those of you that are in business and those of you that work for businesses, mentor a kid. I tell you, it's the most rewarding thing that you can do. I when we were calculating the other day how many kids we've actually serviced over the last 15 years since doing this program, and we want to say it's been a couple of thousand kids that we've actually taken through this summer program, and some of them did start their businesses. Some of them were able to go to college to get a majored in entrepreneurial and business studies based upon this program. Some of them may not have even thought about college, but after coming through this program, learning the research, they were also pretty jazzed about it. And so it caused them to change that course of action that they were planning on. So I am just thrilled for the time that I get to spend with these kids. So 6 weeks out of my year, this is what I do. I teach kids how to be entrepreneurs, and it's fun. It's great knowing the kids. It's great helping them take a little seed of an idea and develop it into a full-fledged business plan, and then to teach them how to pitch, how to stand up in front of people and present their business in a clear and articulate way, and then to watch their faces of their parents just in enjoyment that their child has just come through an amazing experience. Hey, Bonnie, graduation today was awesome. We missed you guys, but everybody, we have video, so you get to see it. So hope everything is going well for you in Indianapolis, but graduation was good. So the prize winners, for your knowledge, was Dallas. He's first place. And Monroe was second place. And third place was Christopher. And then the fast pitch went to Rico. So those are the winners for the 2019 Session 2 LAUL Biz Camp. And we are looking forward to sharing all the fun with you when you get back from the Urban League Conference. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about what our theme is today, and it's customer service. We'll see you shortly.
Subcontractors and small businesses are very good at performing their craft, but when it comes to managing their paperwork and efficiently running their business, not so much. That is why Buchanan & Associates, a multiple award-winning supplier diversity business management, technical support, coaching, and compliance firm is here to help you. Buchanan & Associates possesses core competencies in small business paperwork and government compliance, back office management and business support, business infrastructure and organizational development, light rail transportation program management, assisting small businesses in packaging and submitting their minority, woman-owned, and disadvantaged business enterprise certifications. We even match you up with contract opportunities. Buchanan & Associates has delivered more than 7,500 hours of training to subcontractors by preparing them to become business-ready, contract-ready, and bank loan-ready with the ability to quickly access key documents in seconds. Buchanan & Associates help subcontractors accurately prepare, manage, and submit certified payroll, contract compliance, and labor compliance reports to primes so that they can get paid on time without delays. If you need to meet your disadvantaged business or small business enterprise participation goals, Buchanan & Associates can help you. If you need a qualified and experienced firm to oversee your subcontractors so that you can successfully complete your projects, Buchanan & Associates can help you. We help all businesses organize and set up their company the right way so that they can formally pursue contracts. Buchanan & Associates has assisted subcontractors and primes secure more than $90 million in contract awards. What are you waiting for? Contact Buchanan & Associates today, the small business paramedic. Go to www.thebuchanangroup.
And you are tuned back into the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. And today you have me, Crystal. So the last couple of weeks, actually, for the month of July, I wanted to talk about our checkup, doing our mid-year checkup on our businesses. So we talked about revenues on the first week of July. Next week, we talked about our marketing. Last week, we talked about, revisiting new ideas and seeing if whatever you've been doing, is your product still trending, and what do you need to do in order to get more attention. So now this one I'm going to talk about today, which I think is probably next to marketing and the finance. This one drives the finances. Because you can do all the marketing in the world, and if your business is not its customer service is not on point, it doesn't really matter how much marketing you're doing, because you can bring the people in and you'll end up driving them and pushing them away. I mean, how many of you have gone to a restaurant and the waitress or the hostess, when you first walk in the door, is so rude that you really truly want to turn around and leave out? And that's what happens with businesses. The person that is at the front door and the people that are interacting with your customers on a first-hand basis, they're the representatives for you, the business. And so you, the business owner, may think, okay, I'm hiring the most talented individuals, but if you don't teach these individuals about customer service, and making sure that they're making your customer feel welcome to your business, then you're missing out, and more than likely you're driving away your potential income. So we've been talking about what do you need to do to increase your income, and have you been on target with everything. So you need to do that monthly, that annual or semi-annual check on your customer service. Customer service is your responsibility as a business owner. It doesn't matter how many people are on your team. It doesn't matter what your product is. It doesn't matter what your service is. If you have poor customer service, it can make or break your business. So excellent customer service should be everyone's focus and everyone's business. And I understand being tired. I understand, maybe not having all your resources or all the resources you need to run your business. But truly, that's your problem and not your customer's problem. So you have to, at all times, make sure you're putting on a perfect face for the people that are coming to spend their money at your business. So what we're going to talk about is, how do you do that? There was a survey that was conducted by American Express that found that 2 out of 3 customers claim they're willing to spend more money with a business when they have experienced a positive service and a positive interaction with the actual people that run the business. And also, 71% of customers have ended their relationship with that business due to poor customer service. If I go into a place and the people are rude, if they act like they're doing me a favor when I'm spending my hard-earned money with them, then I don't feel obligated to sit there and be there with them. I have myself personally, I have a high standard of the type of customer service that I expect when I'm actually spending my money in establishments and businesses. And so I expect, when I give my service, I expect to give exactly what I expect to receive. So I go out of my way making sure that I offer and I'm kind, that I recognize the people that are my business or my consumers or my clients or my customers, because I think it's important. So I'm going to give you some tips. There's 9 tips that I'm going to give you as a small business owner for you to help improve your customer service is the problem. Now, you yourself may be excellent when you go out and you're marketing and talking about your business and encouraging people to go to your website or to your Facebook page or your Instagram page. You're probably perfect, but that doesn't necessarily mean that trickles down to your actual staff. And so you want to make sure anyone that's representing you and that are interacting with your customers or your potential customers are exhibiting and doing the exact same thing that you're doing. It has to be duplicated from the top to the bottom. So first one is building a rapport with your customers. When you actually are reaching out regularly to your customers, getting to know them by their name, remembering their faces, and when you're doing business with them and making sure that they're memorable to you, your customer will feel valued. One of the things that took place in the Biz Camp this summer was, in both sessions, there were 2 or 3 parents that told me that they have been observing what I've been doing for the last 10, 15 years, and they wanted their kids to, when their kids got old enough to be in the program. So one in particular, their daughter was in my a pilot program that I had in, it had to be literally 10 years ago, because the child was 5 at the time and she's 15 now. And so she was in a program, and it was just a free pilot that I was trying with some friends of mine's kids. Her kids were in a Girl Scout troop, so she invited them all out, and I did a program called the Junior Tycoons. So it was 6 weeks. The kids, it was just really just enlightening them and opening their little worlds to the fact that what is a business and how do you own your own business and how do you make money. And wants and needs, wants versus needs. Basically, that's what it was. So she remembered that experience. And when she read or saw that I was actually the instructor for the program at the Biz Camp, she had been waiting for the last 10 years until her daughter was old enough to be in the program, as well as her son. And so when she saw the flyer and she saw my name, she was so excited, and so she brought her child, and her children actually won the prize. But that's my customer service. That's how I develop rapport with my customers and people that I meet, is that 10 years later, they still know who I am, what I do, and they are so excited to get their kids into the program. And there was another grandmother there who also knew what I did. And so she her granddaughter came from Texas this summer, and she put her in the biz camp. So making yourself memorable to your customers will provide you a lifetime of loyalty, as well as customers who will have no problem using word of mouth to spread your skill, to spread out what you do, to tell other people about the services and the business that you have. 2, be present on every level. Customer service must be present from the front counter to your social media outlets. So taking days and hours and weeks to respond to your customer via phone or email or social media will no doubt leave them with a feeling of neglect and that you really don't care or you're really too busy. And I get it. We're all too busy. I mean, during this time when I'm working with the Biz Camp, I have very limited time for my actual business, and I actually let people know up front that from June to July, to the end of July, I am working on this project. And so with that, they understand. I let them know right up front that if I'm not returning your messages right away, it's because I'm in class. And even when I'm in class, if I see that they've called, I will text them and tell them I'm in class. I'll have to reach back to you a little later on in the afternoon, or email me, call me in later that afternoon, or I get with them over the weekend. I usually make sure my clients know that I have to schedule my appointments in the month of August. I explain to them why. So therefore, there's no upset. They're not upset. They're not unhappy when I'm not reaching back out to them or I'm not available. So just being on the level. I just tell people right away, because this is a program that I know that's going to take place every single year. So I don't assume they will remember. So I make sure that I let them know that. 3rd, so that's number 2, be present on every level. Even when you're on vacation, if you're going on vacation or you're just off a line, let them know that. You can now use little messages on your phone that says, I'm not available at this time, but I can reach out to you between this time and this time, or you can let them know I'm on vacation. I'm just taking some downtime. I have family things going on, but keeping people in the know. You don't have to give them all the details. You don't have to go through private stuff. You just have to let them know that when they reach out to you, this is why you're not available. 3rd, treat every customer with the same level of service. So, we have customers that we've had for a long time, and we may have developed that relationship with them. But make sure when you're around new customers and old customers or former customers, that you are giving each and every one the same level of customer service. Don't take for granted that they've been around you and now they know you and that they should be more acceptable and they'll understand, because still those individuals are the individuals that are going out and when someone asks them for a referral, they're the ones that are more likely going to refer you. And so make sure that you check in with them. They understand if you are super busy right now. Just make sure that you reach out to them. But your repeat customers are the ones that are, and referrals and former customers are a huge asset to your business. And you don't want to take chances with them by being inconsistent with your service experience. We all know that if you go to a restaurant and you get bad service, you more than likely are not going to go back, right? And that when I first became the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, and I was talking to people and asking them why was it so hard for us as a people to support each other's business, and the first thing that each and every one of them would say to me is, I don't like the customer service. You get treated so you get treated a certain way when you're dealing with Black-owned businesses. And I thought, wow, that can't be the only reason that you're not. And then my next question is always, well, if that's the case, have you told them? Because I do know this, we as Black people, if we go anywhere to any other establishment or any other business and you don't like the way they're treating you, we are the loudest people in the entire place. So I always ask them, are you giving them an opportunity to let them know that you're not happy with their service, and that, giving them some suggestions, and then give them time to correct it? And are you just telling the service people and not telling the owner of the business? Because that's really not fair if you're going to stop supporting them and they have no idea why you have, but you haven't taken the time out to let them know that this is the problem, and giving them an opportunity to repair it. We as Black people have to start supporting one another. We have to start making sure our dollars are being recycled back into our community. And yes, we are supposed to have great customer service. We're supposed to have quality products with them just as well as we're supposed to do it anywhere else. But if you don't tell them, they can't correct it. Okay? One of the things that I found quite interesting during the whole entire time that we were doing the Biz Camp, we were over at a school, and this school is Alliance Ochi O'Donnell. It's right there on 54th and 5th Avenue. Excellent location for us to have our class close to me at home, so I'm thrilled with all of that. But here's the thing that I found absolutely interesting, and it's still been a phenomenal. I don't care how many times I've been over to that school, and I had been over there before we actually had our class there, is that the school is predominantly Latino. There's a handful of Black students there. The principal is Black. There's a handful of staff and teachers that are Black, but primarily the teachers are Hispanic, Latin, and the students are Latin. The service people are Latin. The food vendor that is providing their free lunch program is Latin. And the janitorial service, the security, I think, is Black. And I just marvel that these children are going to school every day, interacting with people that look like them. And I just had to ask myself, I wonder why that is. We have one school that is technically a Black studies school, and that's Marcus Garvey. And we probably don't even know that what happens in that school. We probably haven't reached out to Ms. Linda Sanders, who runs that program, to support that program. And I just think, why are we not doing the same thing? And I'm sure if I went into the Asian communities, I see the exact same thing. We really have to take focus of that and start putting our energies and getting on board to the fact that our children should see people that look like us every single day of their lives, all day long of their lives, so that they'll know that there are very progressive and successful Black people in their community. Next one is number 4, pay close attention to your customers' feedback. Make sure your customers have a way to share their opinions about your business. So that means you should be doing surveys, you should be providing feedback forms, an open invitation for them to share on your review on your website or on Yelp, on Facebook. Your customers should feel like you are listening to what they have to say, and they will be more comfortable investing in your product. So give them an opportunity to speak back to you. If it's negative, then make sure you correct that to turn that negative into a positive, because if you do that, you will create and establish a rapport with this customer, and this customer will become a long-term customer who will just be very impressed that you're taking accountability and that you're willing to make a change in order to make sure your business is successful. So that's number 4. Number 5 is hire employees with excellent people skills. There are some companies, Chick-fil-A is one of them. One of the things that they require is for their children to, their employees to be always smiling, always happy, always upbeat. No matter how busy they get, they want to make sure that if those people are interacting with the public, that whatever problems they may have at home, maybe problems they may have had prior to getting to work, if they have had, a horrible time getting to and from work. Nobody needs to know that, not while they're at work. So hiring employees with excellent people skills is the first priority. Yes, they should be skillful, but I think when we're hiring, and I've had a lot of clients that say I have a high turnover with my employees, and I don't know why that is. And a lot of times it's because, one, training is not there, and two, these people are not equipped for dealing with the public, and especially if it's a really, really busy business. So you want to make sure when you're interviewing your employees or your potential employees that they have excellent people skills, that they have excellent communication skills, that they can operate in a stressful environment without it affecting your client base, your customer base. There's some things that happen I think the one business right now that you can see that the staff is overworked, the staff is not properly trained, and the staff have horrible people skills, and that's in the airline industry right now. You see every single day there's some incident that takes place on the airlines, all of them, that if the people had better skills, they could diffuse certain situations and it wouldn't come off where the entire world is now seeing a viral video being displayed all over all the social medias and the news, and talking about how a flight attendant has stepped out of line because they're in a bad mood. So those are the things. Make sure you're hiring. Number 5, hiring employees with great people skills. We're going to take a quick break, and I'll be back with the next 4 tips for providing better customer service to your customers.
Small businesses spend more than $500 million each year combined trying to find missing or replace missing paperwork. Hey small businesses, are you tired of losing out on business opportunities because your paperwork is not in order? And don't you hate having to register in multiple websites just to find a single procurement opportunity that may not even be worth your time? Well, worry no more. Small Biz Pro is the solution to your problems. Small Biz Pro is an all-in-one cloud-based business management, compliance, and procurement assistance software platform that keeps small businesses organized, contract-ready, bank loan-ready, with quick access to procurement opportunities, as well as market research data. Here are some of the features and benefits that you receive when you use Small Biz Pro to run your business daily. Superior record keeping at your fingertips, back office management and compliance, quick access to bids and procurement opportunities in government databases. It allows you to conduct easy market research and gather industry statistics, government certification preparedness and compliance checklists, easy HR and general operations management functionality, bank loan readiness preparation and cash flow management, certified payroll and labor compliance reporting, business dictionary with defined business terms, a cloud-based business management platform that keeps small businesses organized and ready, even nonprofits, business documents securely stored in the cloud, data fully encrypted and protected by triple firewall reinforcements, on-the-spot document retrieval for quick decision-making, bank-level data security for compliance, document expiration alerts and advanced notifications. It uses security restrictions to block out unauthorized users, and much more. Try it out today for only $5 for the first 30 days. What are you waiting for? Go to www.smallbizpro.net and register now, or your competitors will. Small Biz Pro, keeping small businesses organized, business ready, and contract ready.
And we are back to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. And so I'm going to go back to the giving you the tips for providing excellent customer service in your business. This one I think is really, really important. Is number 6. Learn to be a pro at problem solving. How many times have you guys gone into a business and you ask a question and they automatically give you a no answer, and you're sitting there waiting for, no, I don't know that, but however, let me see if I can find that out from one of my colleagues, or can I get your information and can I get back to you? It appears that the old adages, the customer is always right, still holds true, but it doesn't matter if it's true or not. At the end of the day, if a customer's there and they're asking you a question, it's your job, I believe, in order to make sure that you give them something. You may not be able to give them the answer they're asking, but maybe you can refer them to someone else that can give the answer. I have found in my business that if that's something that not in my wheelbase, that's not part of my expertise, that I haven't had some experience with, I'll refer my client over to someone else. I can't be afraid to lose that client by just assuming that if I don't give it to you, you're not going to go somewhere else. I'd rather control that situation, right? So I spend a lot of time researching, one, because I want to always be there for my client, but my customer, but also I think that they will value you far more if you're going to take the time out to refer them to someone that can give them the information that they need, okay? So learn to be a pro at problem solving. So it may not be part of your wheelbase, but if you've got a vast network, there's someone in their network that can help your customer. The other day I was at a networking event and I'm trying to really reshift my business into more training and workshops and webinars than I am doing hands-on bookkeeping. And so I'm going to start doing a series on training the trainer, because when people come to me to get their books done and do bookkeeping, I don't want to just turn them away and they have no other resources. What I want to do is train other bookkeepers to conduct a business like I have done over the last 30 years, and making sure they're trained in a way that I know my customers would be looking for, and then now they can go out and service those same people. But so I was at this networking event, and so someone told this lady that indicated that I was a bookkeeper, which I am, but I'm trying not to do, I'm really trying to refocus my business in a different direction. I think I'm much more valuable and I have more knowledge to disperse out there to others than just spending time on doing the actual book. So I kept trying to explain to him, yes, I do books, but however, I'm really trying to redirect my business. But I do have some individuals that I can refer to you if that's what you're looking for. Now, there are some clients that I take, and there's specific types of businesses that I want to still do a hands-on, but I just didn't leave them out there. I was able to refer them to someone else, so that's fine. But no one wants to be told that I can't help you. I don't know. You have to ask somebody else. And in such a curt way that that they feel that you're cutting them off. So that's something to remember. Be it pro at helping them solve their problems. You may not be the one, but you can refer them to someone that can. Next is, don't make false promises or guarantees. Elaborate promotions and promises will not. It will bring customers to you, but can you fulfill whatever it is that you're promoting? So you want to make sure, be honest and upfront about your promises. You'll build a happier, and more committed customer base. Like I said, this weekend when I was at that event, I wasn't really trying to develop that part of my business, I was really trying to, I have a different direction. And I explained that to them, that I don't want to make some promises that I know that that's not my direction. So, I'm more into the teaching of it. Now, if you have clients that have an interest to learn how, or to learn to do their books, or to learn how to understand their financials, or learn how to project out their future revenue, or create multiple revenue streams, then that's what I want to do. And so I don't make promises, and I don't guarantee things that I don't have control over. Number 8, understanding the value of customer retention. It is fine to get new business, and that's what we should be doing. We should be doing marketing campaigns and branding our product. We should be reaching out to people to bring in new people to your business. But remember, the most valuable customer or client to you is the one that already knows how and what type of business that you do. They found that a survey was done by a survey was done and found that 7 times more expensive to acquire. It's 7 times more expensive to acquire new customers than it is to retain old customers. It's more economically wise to focus on customers who have already interacted with you. They already know what to expect. And those same individuals are the ones that are going to provide word of mouth service for you. And for me, when I first started my business 20-something years ago, most of my clients were word of mouth by providing excellent service to my clients. When somebody was asking them for bookkeeping or training or whatever it was, they were the first ones to say, give Crystal a call. I have companies that say, give Crystal a call. So I have customers and clients that I've had for probably since I started my business 30 years ago. And now that I'm on this new journey and I'm getting ready to, new path, I'm going to change a couple of my bookkeeping clients. But that means you're not taking on any new ones, though. That does not mean that you're not going to do mine, right? Because that's not going to happen. I'm never letting you go. And that's what you want. You want your customers to say, I'm not letting you go, let alone you letting me go. That's not going to happen. So it's 7 times more expensive to bring in new customers than it is for you to maintain and retain your current customers. And then your current customers can do the word of mouth and pass on that you're good at what you do. The best thing to me about word of mouth customers is that whoever they have gotten the referral from, they know how I do business. Generally, they know what the price, what I charge. So a lot of times when it's uncomfortable to have that conversation or close that deal, most of the time if they're referred in, the deal is already closed. I don't have to do much closing at all. I just have to see if it fits and if it fits in my time frame. In the time frame of which they need to have that product or that service. So think about that. So understand the value of customer retention. The last one is treat your employees the way you expect them to treat your customers. So a lot of times I think when you see the poor customer service, or you're right, Tiffany, children need training when you get your first job. It used to be when you would go into a job, you spent a lot of time learning how to do that job. Now I think with the turnover being so great in most of, especially retail stores, they don't spend a lot of time on that. For whatever reason, they think that you're coming equipped with that. But if you take time to treat your employees with respect and transparency and appreciation, they will be appreciating that would be a value as a customer. Your employees will be happy with you. They will be willing to go above and beyond what you're asking them to do. If you treat them with some reverence, you help them feel that they value, that that they're a valuable part of your team, and that you respect them to make sure that they're providing the service and the exchange with your customers, I will guarantee you will have your employees there for life as well. I always marvel when I go into a business and the same employees have been there for 10, 15, 20 years, even when we talk about retail stores, because that tells me something about the owner of the business. That tells me that they care about their employees, when their employees are cheerful and happy. When you go into the stores or a business and they're smiling, that means a lot, people. So if you have employees, make sure that a happy employee is like a happy wife. If the happier they are, the happier you're going to be, because they're going to be the ones that are encouraging people to keep continually to come to your business. And if training is an issue, there are plenty of training companies out there. If you don't know how to do the training, then reach out to me. I have a number of friends, colleagues that are in human resources, and they can come out and train your business. If you didn't know it, the EDD, Employment Development Department, they will come out and train your employees free of charge. So get the training for your employees. Hire someone to come in and train. Hire someone to help you, to coach you on how to be a better employer. So then that way you will have happier employees. So to go back and go back to what we talked about at the beginning. 1, build a better rapport with your customers. 2, be present on every level with your customer and your customer service. Be there from the service counter to your social outlets to your email. Just because you're on social media doesn't mean you have to be rude. It does not mean you need to alienate. It does not mean, and remember, social media is seen by everyone. So we're encouraging people to go to our social media. So you want to make sure while you're on your social media, you're putting forth your best face forward, so that people will, just as if they were walking into your brick and mortar, if that's what you have. Treat every customer with the same level of service. Pay a close attention to your customer feedback. If you don't have a feedback system, then make sure that you provide them with a survey or encourage them to go to Yelp. Oh, okay. Hello, I think we have a caller.
Hey, co-host, how you doing?
Hey, co-host, how are you?
You are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I'm watching you here. I'm going, man, this lady, she's international. She knows her stuff.
Oh, really? You didn't know that, huh?
You know, somebody kind of told me that you were good, but I wasn't so sure. So now I'm watching you. I'm going, man, this woman is phenomenal.
So co-host, what would be some of your extra tips? Anything above and beyond what I just said?
Oh, I agree 100%. And one of the things I would like to add is sometimes when you meet a client, they may not seem interested in your services at that time, but it doesn't mean they cannot become a client 6 months or a year down the road. So you want to nurture them. You want to treat them well, because at some point they're going to call you. They're going to remember the good things that you said to them or you did for them, and they're going to call you and say, hey, I remember when you said this, this, and this, and now I'm ready to take you on. So, you know, most of my clients, I get them after meeting them a year and a half ago. So.
Yeah, and that's really, really important. I think people don't recognize. I had said that in the early, when I first start talking about this subject, is I have some of the parents that I had in the class. Oh, wait a minute. They can't hear you on my social media, on Facebook. So Gilbert was saying, and this is for Tiffany on Facebook, Gilbert was indicating that don't think that just because you met a person and they didn't become your client at that time, don't think that they may not become your client later on, because they can, right? It's really just laying out the groundwork, right, Gilbert?
Yeah.
you put your best foot first forward always, and then somewhere down the line someone is looking for that coach or that somebody that can provide them with that service, and they'll go, wait a minute, I met this guy, his name was Gilbert, I think his name was Gilbert Buchanan, let me give him a call. And the same. So I was telling a story that two of the kids that were in my classes, both sessions this year, their parents had seen me or saw me at a class or taught their child when they were 5, and they were waiting until they were teenagers so they actually could come in the full program.
Exactly. And sometimes those are some of your best customers because they've watched you over the years. They watch how you perform, the things you're doing, the things you're saying for people. It's just phenomenal.
It really, really is. I always mark, because first of all, we think, with the world being so visible online, we have no idea who's watching or listening to us. It used to be you go to a workshop and people would be there and you'd make an exchange and you might see them at your or a networking event and you see them 3 or 4 times. But little do we know now, when you see them, you leave, they're going straight to your social media outlets and they're listening to you. Or, this world is so small that somebody knows you from them. And so you never know. And so with the social media, and that's important too, that if you're on social media, it's all about branding. It's all about exposure, but that also means exposure for the good as well as for the bad.
Yes, I just wanted to add my little 2 cents right there. And you're doing a great job, co-host, so I'll let you do your thing.
All righty, so I see you next week.
Definitely. We'll talk soon.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Gilbert.
All right.
So there you have it, guys. So now, that was checkup number, far as businesses go. So we've done revenue. Are you on target to making the money that you set your goals for at the beginning of the year? And now you're 7 months in. It's time to review that. 2, are your marketing campaigns working? Are the products that you're marketing, are they still viable in this day and age? You don't want something to be outdated and lose their life cycle, and you're still promoting something or pushing something that no one's really interested in. So do your research. Who is your competition? Are they doing really well right now and you're not? So check out, and I told my kids, everybody seems to think that they don't have a competition. When I was teaching the kids and we got to that part of creating a business, and they were like, but I don't have any competition. But you do. Because everyone is out. There was someone that came and spoke to the kids, and he says success comes with clues, and that means that someone out there is doing your business, and some of them are doing it extremely well, but they're your competition. So you need to study them. You need to understand that what makes them successful can also make you successful. When you look at it, the kids have to do a target market a search, and they have to find out how many people, who the population is, and how many people are in a specific target market for the product or the service that they're going to create. And then they have to understand what's their market share. But in addition to that, they have to analyze your customer. Hey, Everett, how are you? Your customer, your competitor. There's a direct competitor and there's an indirect competitor. So you want to see how they're doing things. If their customer service is poor, then that's an opportunity for you. Beef up your customer service and reach out to their particular customers, and you can draw them in just with your service. Because I will tell you, people buy you. They don't necessarily, it's not that there's any new things out there. So it's not they're buying, they can go anywhere to get business training classes. You can go online. You can go to any trade school. Any community college. You can go get it. The SBA does training classes. Vermont Slauson. There's just numerous of places you can go for business classes. But if you want to come where someone has an extensive network, you want to get experience for someone that's been doing accounting and bookkeeping for a variety or different types of businesses, whether they're small mom and pop, whether they're solopreneurs, or whether they're Fortune 500, then I'm going to offer you my experience along with my skill set. So that's what you're looking for. So your competitors are individuals, or when you look at them, they're also opportunities. So I recognize that because wherever there's a weakness, in their business, could be a strength or an opportunity for you. Everett just asked me, great job with the kids. I'm so grateful to know phenomenal women like you that go in the extra mile for our kids. Thank you, Everett. Appreciate that. That's the other part of me that I think I derive the most pleasure from, is being able to pass on my knowledge to our young people and mentor them. I think that we're doing an excellent job, and we're doing the job that God wanted us to do when we pass on and reach back to the younger generation. Wow, so the hour is just about up. There's a couple of things I want to tell you about. There's a new magazine coming out called The Bodacious Black Woman. And this weekend on July 27th is going to be its inaugural issue. And so I am in that book. It's for Bodacious Black Women Over 50 publication. It's a number, there's 49 women that is being highlighted in this publication. It's a digital magazine. So they're distributing printed copies at the Flair Fashion Show, which is this Saturday, July 27th, is being held at the California African Museum. For copies and any questions, you can go to Bodacious Black Women Over 50, Making Midlife Magic. And also, if you want to go to the fashion show this weekend at CAM, California African American Museum. You can get your tickets at www.flairinc.org. Your ticket is a donation for an organization, but looks like there's some phenomenal fashion show that's going to take place there. I think this has been going on since the 25th, actually, over at CAM. So if you're in the fashion industry, you might be interested in that. The other thing is myself and my business partner, the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, we are being honored at the Consolidated Board of Realtors Women Council. Thank you, Karen. At the 8th Annual Ruby Stroman Scholarship Luncheon on August 11th, which is a Sunday. Jackie and myself are being honored. It's going to be at, where is it going to be? The Doubletree Inn by the Hilton on Centinela. The donations are $65. And Jackie and I are being honored. And there's a special guest speaker, sculptor Ed Dwight. He's the first black trainee in the Apollo space program. So we are pleased with that. It is from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. On August 11th. So if you're interested in that, reach out to Jackie and I. We will be sending out notification. So sometimes, like I said, like Gilbert just said, you never know who's watching you. All you need to do is make sure you're performing at your highest and your best level. Make sure you're always doing phenomenal business. Make sure you're on track with your business. Don't be afraid to take risk. That's what makes success, is if you stay timidly and quietly working on the sidelines, you really won't reach your best. And my thing is, when I leave this planet, I want to make sure I have put out everything that I have, and all those rewards will come back in turn. We don't go out looking to be honored, but it's really nice when somebody recognizes the work that you're doing, especially when you're working on behalf of our community and on behalf of African American adults and African American children, wanting us all to strive to survive, to thrive as opposed to survive. So that's what I do, and I'm very happy with what I do. I absolutely love what I do. So we are now at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock, and as you know, we're now on just for an hour every Friday afternoon from 3 to 4. So I am going to tune out. I'm going to tell you guys, have a happy week. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you guys next Friday. Have a good week from the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.